Hey guys, I'm Phil. I have my own coaching business where I help naturally quiet people overcome social anxiety, play to their strengths, and develop a thriving lifestyle. I'm going to explain in today's video what the shadow self is. Because knowing what the shadow self is and understanding different ways in which you can work with your own shadow, this has the potential to lead to lots of personal growth. There's a Woody Allen quote, which I believe is from Hannah and her sisters. How could there be so much evil in the world? Knowing humanity, I wonder why there is not more of it. We all know that humans have a good side and a bad side, a light side and a dark side, the conscious part of you and the shadow. A great example that comes from literature is comes from Robert Louis Stevenson, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So Dr. Jekyll is this hard-working scientist who is well-mannered, respectable, all these good qualities that are permissible and encouraged by society. Then, after swallowing some powder, he flips into a different character called Mr. Hyde, who is very much the polar opposite. Undesirable qualities. You could say that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde shows the true conscious self and then the repressed shadow self. So what happens? I'm going to use my drawing tablet here. So basically, there's this idea of a good self then a bad self. We learn as a child that there's an idealized self with the best qualities. For example, being polite, kind, generous, listening, sharing, all these hospitable social qualities. And we also learn that there's a bad self. There's a side of us which is best not to be expressed towards others, is best kept hidden and in the dark. And this is known as the shadow self. And a bit like humans, a bit like we can only look at one thing at one time, right? We have a pair of eyes and we can see what's in front of us. Without any kind of mirror, we can also see what's behind us at the same time. So what happens in our brain is that we focus on the good self, what we believe is our real self, and we repress the bad self, the shadow self. And part of the reason we do this is because we want to fit in. And we know as a child that survival depends on approval. And this is approval from our parents and society as well. We can't fend for ourselves as a small child. So if we don't get approval and our bad self gets too loud, is stimulated too much, is constantly out there, it could result in disapproval, abandonment, and death. So we learn to express part of our personality and repress other parts of our personality. The repressed parts are known as the shadow because they're in the darkness. And you could refer to the so-called good parts as the light. But the crazy thing is, the shadow parts of us have lots of potential. And in many people, there's actually qualities in the shadow self that aren't undesirable by society, but perhaps were just undesirable growing up in their parents' household. For example, selfishness. Selfishness is often a suppressed quality because when you grow up, your parents are probably going to punish you when you're selfish and reward you when you're unselfish. But selfishness can be important in the right context. For example, if a plane is crashing, you have to put on your oxygen mask before you can help other people put on theirs. If you don't look after yourself, you've got nothing to give to other people. So by repressing all selfishness, it's actually worse for other people as well as ourselves. And when I'm coaching clients, I teach people that there's a good selfish and a bad selfish. So re-owning selfishness, but using it in a way that doesn't hurt others, can be quite liberating. And in the same way, anger is often a repressed quality in most households, although not all households. But anger isn't necessarily bad. It can be highly destructive, of course, but when used in the right way, it could be incredibly helpful. Just like in hunter-gatherer times, anger might give somebody the extra 10% to actually succeed at something. It might help someone show that they have bottle, they have bravery, they have courage, they're willing to fight, should it go to a fight. So there's lots of qualities that are typically repressed, and actually they have potential to be useful in the right context. So shadow work is all about re-owning the parts of ourselves that are suppressed. And in a future video, I'm going to talk about how to identify qualities that you've probably suppressed and how you can work on them to discover your untapped potential. And since I have a habit of making quite long videos, I'm going to challenge myself to cut some videos quite short and snappy. So I'll finish up with my upsell, 2 upsells, both free upsells. The first upsell is that I put on a free coffee social event on the last Sunday of every month in Birmingham at 2 p.m. And the purpose of these coffee socials is to help people build social confidence, to help people open up, feel comfortable being themselves, improve conversation skills, meet new people, make new friends, have fun. And there's a lot of people that tend to come to them these days. At the next event, I'm hoping to get between 40 and 60 people. And in my group itself, for the live events, there's around 530 people. And if you want to join my group, either just email me or you can Google my group and find it. So if you Google social anxiety mastery group, and then in brackets, so after the word group, in brackets, build true confidence, you'll be able to find my group and come down to my events, which are all focused on building confidence, re-owning parts of your personality, lots of great things in the area of personal development. My other upsell is that I offer each new person, I offer them one completely free one-to-one coaching session. And this is a video call over Zoom for 2 hours where I use my training, which is basically called CBT, to help you feel more confident and secure being yourself. And also I motivate you as best as I can to build a positive lifestyle and do things which I know are going to help you to build social confidence. For example, joining a gym and doing cardio, getting your diet right, going to socials, pushing your comfort zone, practicing gratitude, doing public speaking, facing fears. Facing fears, by the way, is also shadow work. So if you want to join my group, you can Google it and click on the link, or you can email me if you want to join my group, and I'll send you a link straight to the page. And if you want to try a free video call coaching session, you're very welcome to email me and let me try and write neatly. I find it quite challenging to write and talk at the same time. But it's good to challenge yourself. So I hope that you got value from this video, understanding in a nutshell what the shadow self is. I'm going to do a bunch more videos on this topic because there's a lot of value to get from it. And if you want to grow in confidence, feel free to come down to my events and try your one free one-to-one coaching session. Also, if you want to get notified when I do my YouTube, Instagram live streams, etc., when I release more content, just subscribe to my channel. Hope that you have an amazing rest of your day.